All right, y'all, we're gonna get straight into it with this video. I see a lot of the girls are doing their end of year glow up into 2026 glow up series and whatnot. And I thought about it. I was like, I consistently do almost like a reset for the new year every year in December. So why not do a video on it? So if you wanna know what I do to prepare for the new year every year, stay tuned. Before we get started, for those of you that are returning, girl, welcome back. How are you doing? And for those of you that are new here, girl, my name is Keisha. I'm your new favorite internet bestie, and welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Over here we do all things girly and whatever else we get into, because we are cultivators of all things over here. So if that is something you are interested in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the crowd, girl. We have a good time over here. All right, y'all, the first thing that I do going into the new year is I go through and deep clean my space. When I say space, I mean my house, my office, my car, all of that. I go through and really get into the nitty gritty, getting rid of stuff, cleaning, squeaky clean type stuff. I know you heard of spring cleaning. We do want to clean it down here too. So what I mean by that, it's just something about like so symbolic about going into the new year with a fresh clean slate. Out with the old and with the new. So I go through and I clean out like my closets. I get rid of a lot of clothes at the end of the year because, for one, I'm still on my weight loss journey, so a lot of stuff I just cannot fit anymore. And two, I tend to buy a lot of trendy clothes, so a lot of times I'm just transitioning through clothes that just do not fit my aesthetic right then. So I go through my closet, I clean out a lot of stuff. I go through my child's closet, that toy box, that's a whole different ball game, but we do get rid of a lot of that stuff, especially like right here at the holidays, because she will be getting new stuff. So I try to go through like right before Christmas and get rid of like a lot of stuff out of there. And then like after Christmas, I go through with another sweep. I do a Rico sweep in there. Like some of this stuff gotta go. Like a lot of her clothes, because kids grow so fast. I do donate a lot of our clothes, especially hers, because she does not fit them long. She's not gonna be able to fit those clothes next year. There's no reason for them to sit here another year for me to just realize next year that they're not gonna fit. I already know they're not gonna fit. So I do donate a lot of stuff. I go through and like scrub down my walls, steam my floors, like shampoo my rugs, wipe down my baseboards and whatnot. Like I really get into the nitty gritty, pulling out the refrigerator, cleaning behind there. Like I go through and clean. It's just, I don't operate well in clutter, and it almost makes me just feel like I don't have control of things. So, and you would be surprised how much stuff you accumulate over the course of a year. Like we already know, like, you go out and buy stuff every now and then, but then you realize at the end of the year, oh my gosh, so it's important to like, make sure you get rid of a lot of that stuff. So I do go through and do a deep clean, and that is my way of saying out with the old and with the new into the new year. All right, and number 2 on my list that I do to go into the new year, I feel like it's probably expected coming from me because I'm such a skincare junkie and everybody knows that. I winterize my skincare routine. It's important to like really pay attention to your skin, know what your skin needs, become one with your skin. And another important note to make, skincare is not just this skin. We have skin all over our body, so we need to make sure we're taking care and nourishing our skin all over our body, not just our face. So with me, winterizing my skincare routine looks like moving more towards products that I know are helping my oil control to products that are making sure I also stay moisturized. So I may use, like now I use the Laneige Water Bank Cream, and that does an amazing job with my moisture. But I also layer in like hyaluronic acid, as well as sometimes I use the Kiehl's moisturizing cream also, because that's a really good moisturizer for me in the wintertime. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all, I still put Vaseline on my lips, okay? Especially in the wintertime, because that cold air get to some chapped lips, oh baby, you can hang it up. But I still put Vaseline on my lips in the wintertime, as well as on my baby's face. Like Vaseline ain't never led me wrong, and I'm gonna continue to do it. My grandma used to do that for us, so I still use Vaseline. I also have kind of moved towards some of the CeraVe products for my actual like arms and legs and whatnot, keeping those moisturized. And I still put Vaseline on my feet. Don't hold me. I still put Vaseline on my feet. After I get out of the shower, I dry off, I moisturize with some lotion, and then I put Vaseline on my feet and put socks on. And that keeps my feet from getting like dry, cracked, anything like that. Because I get a pedicure like once a month. And especially in the wintertime, I do it like once a month because that's really all it requires. But I like to still take care of my feet. So I do still put Vaseline on my feet. And that's just because it moisturizes my skin so well, and like I said, it has not led me wrong. So that's one other thing that I do to prepare for the new year and winterize my skincare routine. All right, so number 3 that I do in December to go into the new year fresh is I do a financial overview. So what that looks like for me, for one, I go through and look at those subscriptions that I have gotten over the past year and see which ones I have not been using, and I get rid of them. This year I plan to like not get any new subscriptions. Like I'm gonna keep my basic subscriptions that I know I constantly use, but as far as new subscriptions, that's gonna be one of my goals in 2026. I do not wanna like get any new subscriptions because like they fall by the wayside, if we being completely honest. Like I have my tried and true subscriptions, but some of this new stuff I be getting like, girl, what you need that for? You didn't need it. But that's one of the things that's on my financial overview for the year. I also go back and look at my spending. I actually do a very intense budget overview, and if that's something y'all are interested in, I can make a video on that. But I do my budget overview. I do a monthly budget, and then every week I'm touching my budget book. Like I'm looking at my budget book multiple times a week, mainly just to track my spending, for one, because you never know how much money you actually spend until you have to see it on paper. And when I say on paper, baby, I'm not talking about a receipt. You write down every transaction that you have, especially with food. Like I'll be the first one to tell you, like, especially with food, the amount of money that I spend on food should be a crime, okay? It should be a crime. So that's one of the things, like one of my financial resets going into the new year, I always do like a no spend January. I do a no spend January because I'm one of those people that I do spend a lot during the holidays. And so going into January, I do a no spend January, like unless it's like essentials, like bills and whatnot like that. If my baby got to have some shoes or something that she needs, those are essentials to me. Anything else, no. And I'm not doing like any like over excessive eating out in the month of January. I may eat out like once a week in January, but other than that, like I'm not doing any excessive, just so I can like reset pretty much from the holidays. And another thing that I do with my budget overview, I track my debt pay down. So with that, like at the end of December, probably like the last week of December, I assess like how much debt that I have. Like that's, you know, whether it be credit cards, you know, my house and whatnot. I go through and assess how much debt I have, and then look at it from the previous year just to see your progress. It's important to always look at your progress because it's so easy to focus on where you're not at versus how far you've come. So I always do that, and it puts me in a good mindset to just keep going and not get discouraged about, you know, like I feel like I'm not in a good space versus where I was last year. Technically you are in a better space, girl. You're doing good. So I do that, and I also, of course, come up with a new budget. I, you know, break it down to how much money I need to spend on groceries, how much money is allotted to my bills, how much do I want to put towards paying down extra debt. So that is my third thing that I do to go into the new year fresh and financially reset. And the fourth thing that I do, and hear me out on this, I choose 3 books that I want to read multiple times in 2026. Like I said, hear me out. With those types of books, they are usually like self-help or productivity books. So right now, I've already chosen 2, one of which is Atomic Habits. I've read that book I don't know how many times, but I always keep that book in rotation. And 2, The second book is The 12-Week Year. I read that book once and I feel like it deserves another read. And then I have not chosen my third book yet. And the reason I do that, especially with like self-help books, it helps realign me a lot of times. Like, it's so easy to get lost in the sauce during the year. So when I say like I know I have to read and whatnot, I know these books I have to read to realign myself, to get me back where I need, as far as like my productivity, me, you know, forming those good habits and keeping those good habits, because like habits build discipline and discipline builds character. Like, you have to really be locked in with that person that you want to become and act like that person every chance you get. So when I had the opportunity to read those books and whatnot, like I said, it's a mindset thing. Mindset is everything when you have goals that you want to accomplish. So me picking my books and telling myself you have to read these books multiple times this year, that helps me to know I have goals that I want to reach, and these books will, like, you know, really keep that mindset of don't forget why you started and where you want to go. So like I said, the two books that I have so far are Atomic Habits and The 12-Week Year. And I have not chosen my third book yet, but I definitely will let y'all know when I choose my third book. And the fifth thing that I do going into the new year, and I think this goes without saying, I get very clear on my goals and I get strict about those goals, especially at the end of the year. When we are very clear about our goals and what it takes to get where we want to go, like, nothing can really get in your way. Like, when you know it's something that you want and you know what it takes to get you there, all of that sideline noise and whatnot is irrelevant. Any of that like self-doubt, irrelevant. So when I say like get clear on your goals, you really gotta lock in, like, and it starts before the new year. Like, if you're serious about, you know, your health journey or weight loss, go ahead and get that gym membership now. They still got the Black Friday sales going on with the gym memberships. Girl, go get that gym membership. If you are getting serious about, you know, perfecting your makeup routine, like, you know, start indulging in watching your YouTubers that really, you know, you love their makeup routines and you can learn from them, and, you know, build your makeup products up so that you can like start practicing and get where you want to go. That goes without saying. Like I said, it goes without saying, like, get strict on your goals and know what it takes to get you there. Like, nobody can get in your way but you. So when you start planning early on for stuff that you know that you want to accomplish or do, it already sets you up even more for the outcome of it being great. So don't be, you know, dragging your feet, wait until, oh, this is going to be my New Year's resolution and whatnot. Start back here in December, because once January comes, you're already behind the ball. So like, definitely lock in. Like, I even have started writing them down in my planner. Like, my daily planner that I use for like my day-to-day stuff, because I'm in my 30s, I forget stuff now. I have a daily planner. So I write them down in my planner month to month, just to, you know, you're constantly seeing it, because that keeps you motivated and driven and reminded of, you know, like what I want and what I'm going for. You write your goals down, and any type of like barrier that you feel like you run into and whatnot, like, evaluate what's it gonna take to get past that barrier. Because like I said, the only person that can get in the way of you achieving your goals and mastering your craft or whatnot is you. Like, nobody else. Like, what is already destined for you is only yours and only you can get it. But the only person that can keep you from it is you too. Don't let that go over your head. All right, y'all, so that was my 5 things that I do to prepare for the new year, and I'm not even gonna hold you, like, it's been effective for me. I have gotten so much done within the past like 5 years with just locking in with those 5 things, and I'm so proud of myself. Like, this past year, 2025 has been my best year yet. I bought my first house, I've transitioned into new roles professionally, and now I've started doing my content. Like, this year right here, I manifested this year way before, and this past year was when I put the footwork in to do it. So this is a testimony. Like, whatever you want can completely be at your fingertips if you put the work in, and you like got to get in the trenches sometime, and it's gonna be discouraging, but girl, the fruits of your labor are so much sweeter. They are so much sweeter. So don't forget like why you started. Never forget your why. Never forget your why. And if you need some motivation, girl, come over here. I'm gonna cheer you on. Like, I love to see you win. I love to see women win. I love to see people win in general. So if you ever get discouraged, like, please, like, hit me up. Like, I'm in your ear. I'm your biggest cheerleader. Girl, go. Yeah. So that is the end of this video. I hope y'all are enjoying Vlogmas. We are what, day 4? Feel like day 54. But we're gonna hang in there. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will see you guys soon. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I appreciate y'all so much for showing up for me, and I'm gonna continue to show up